Cohn, thank you so much for joining me on this beach vacation.
Thank you so much for having me. I love being here with you, but I really miss the starfish.
I miss the sea turtles too, but what a glorious day. The sun is out and there's a gentle breeze.
And the tide's coming in.
It sure is. What's that?
No way. Is that what I think it is?
It is. It's our goals.
We threw these in the Atlantic at the beginning of the year.
Do you remember what they say, Miss Cohn?
Of course I do you?
Yes.
Kindergarten goals. To build confidence, independence, and courage. That's true.
I remember. We did. I love problem solving and doing group work 6 feet apart.
Speaking of group work, I have brought some photos in my beach bag of some awesome times that we did that. Do you want to take a look?
Oh, let's look.
Here are some of the times we did group work this year. Look at the kids in the top. They're comparing Christmas and Hanukkah using hula hoop Venn diagrams.
Oh, I remember when we did the pumpkin push STEM experiment. Remember, the kids had to roll them down a plane and use Unifix cubes to see how far the pumpkins rolled.
That was so fun. And I remember when we had big groups of children figuring out how to cross the classroom using those big blocks.
Oh, I love the pyramid. That was so much fun. I'm so surprised it didn't fall.
I also loved when the class figured out the area of the rug.
Oh, Miss Cohn, I remember these photos. I love when we get an idea and get to work outside. Remember collecting all the leaves and sorting them?
That was so fun. And do you remember when we learned about the Mayflower at Thanksgiving? We went out in the hallway and used meter sticks and measured how long the Mayflower was.
That was so much fun. I loved working with our Halloween erasers. We got to group them and sort them. They didn't know they were doing multiplication and division.
And then after the project manager came, we used Legos to design our own apartments. And we counted or multiplied or found the area of each of the apartments. Look at all these, Mrs. Tovar. Don't forget how often the kids use creativity and their imaginations. Do you remember they became engineers and invented back scratchers using any of the supplies they could find?
Yes, I do. That was so much fun.
And the time that they created songs to remember how to spell sight words and then presented them to one another. I love all these. Oh my gosh, Mrs. Tovar, do you remember this? Look at Adia. At first, when she came to school, she didn't think she could read. And now she's reading to the entire class.
That takes courage, Miss Cohn. I remember when Caleb and Calla were frightened to climb the outdoor equipment. They gained such confidence now they have no problem climbing to the top safely.
You used to have to stand right under them when they climbed. Look at Krishna. She was so afraid of bugs, she wouldn't even go near one. And after she learned about insects, she was comfortable enough to collect one and observe it through the magnifying glass. That was courageous.
I was so proud of Kendall because learning to speak in front of a group is very difficult, especially when it's your first book report. Can you guess what her book report was about?
I bet that's Pete the cat.
I bet you're right.
And look at Kavya. Her voice was so quiet at the beginning of the year, and after she invented her own insect, she bravely stood there and spoke so loudly for her classmates.
Thank you for sharing the pictures again, Miss Cohn.
What is that moving in the distance?
I don't know. Let me see. Oh, I see. Something is moving. Do you know what that is?
What?
That's a sea turtle.
Cool.
Yes, did you know sea turtles will return to the beach in which they were born to lay their own eggs?
That's an awesome fact. My class and I love learning about facts. We also love using our imaginations and writing stories. And we love being creative.
Miss Cohn, guess what I found? I forgot. We have postcards from 2 of our students.
Oh my gosh, they came to the hotel?
They did. Let's sit down and look at them.
Who's it from?
One is from Sarah. Sarah tells us that she's at Disney World and she's having so much fun. Do you remember when Sarah first started?
Of course.
She could barely write her name, and now look, she's using inventive spelling and we can clearly read it.
This one's from Billy. Billy says, Dear Mrs. Tovar and Miss Cohn, I am having a wonderful vacation. I finished my writer's workshop story, and I'm been hanging out with my family. Love, Billy. Look at his writing. Look at how he's using capitalization and punctuation.
I'm so proud of him.
I'm so proud of both of them. They've come so far.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Mrs. Tovar, what are you doing?
I'm counting the arms on your starfish.
Mrs. Tovar, you remember what we teach the students how to skip count by 5s and 2s and 10s. You could skip count or do repeated addition or multiplication.
Oh yeah, I forgot. 5, 10, 15, 20. You're right, it's so much faster.
That's really good, Mrs. Tovar, but there's one thing I have to tell you. Not all starfish have 5 legs. Look at that one. It has 7 and that one has 9.
Wow, I didn't know that.
You know what we should do? We should collect them and group them into groups according to how many arms they have.
That's a great idea. And then we can organize them and put them in a graph, or maybe even use tally marks in the sand to keep track of them.
Yeah, but let's not do that just yet. I need to get up and stretch my legs.
Okay, let's play ball. Catch.
Oh, this is that game where you land on a question and answer it. Oh, mine says, what is great about Quest Academy? That's an easy one, after we looked at all those photos and awesome activities that we do. But beyond that, I love how we work on character education and focus on service learning when our students can go out in the community and help make the world a better place.
Ooh, describe a gifted student. Gifted students are always curious about the world around them. They ask so many wonderful questions. They're creative, and they can be so intense when they're learning something new. I love teaching gifted students. Ready? Catch.
Name an example of differentiation. Oh, right before break, we were learning about nouns. Some of the students were picking nouns out of pictures, some were writing them in sentences, and some were writing them in stories, but we were all learning about nouns. I'm kind of sandy. Do you want to go in the water?
Yeah, I'm getting hot. Let's grab our inner tubes. Oh, Miss Cohn, what does your tube say?
Learning.
Because learning has no beginning and no end. That's a great idea.
And you know it. And lifelong learning is what we are and what we want our students to be. Because learning is what keeps us afloat.